in this lesson, and I pray the good Lord keeps us all safe. Please keep the children away, or you can mute your microphone when you realize a child is next to you. All right, thank you so much, class, for joining us. All right, just as a reminder, I'm sure from primary 5 or 4, you must have learned what nouns are. Can someone here let me know what a noun is? Yes, I see Galaxy Tab A is putting up the hand. I don't know if she, can you rename? Yes, Peter Odoch.
Noun.
How many Odoches do I have? I hope I don't have many. I have Peter Odoch.
Yes.
Yes?
A noun is a naming word.
A noun is a naming word. Okay, any other person? Yes, Maurice, Ingrid. Ingrid, can you tell us what
I had the same answer with hers.
Okay.
I had the same answer.
Oh, all right. Okay, naming word. What do you mean when you say a naming word? What does it entail when you say a naming word?
Name of something.
A name of something?
A name of anything.
Okay, it is more of giving a title or a specification. So we in English, we have what we call parts of speech. And under parts of speech, we have what we call nouns. Just like we have all agreed or seen, we say that nouns are naming words, but there is more to that. Here, I try to give you a specification that a noun is a word or group of words used to identify persons, places, or things. So for example, you yourself as a child, I am sure all of us have names. I've looked at all our the participants here, Farida, Evans, Galaxy, even phones have names. So it's not just naming word, but specifically whenever you're explaining something, try to tell us what is it naming. So we can categorize it in terms of gender, we can categorize it in terms of human beings and non-human beings. So generally, everything that has a name attached to it, we call that a noun. For example, your favorite cartoon, I don't know what your favorite cartoon is. What is your favorite cartoon?
SpongeBob.
Yes, that title alone.
Ninja Turtles.
Yes, Ninja Turtles. The naming, those Ninja Turtles and all that. So those are the things we look at. Naming. Oh, thank you. So we are saying anything that names people, anything that names places, all of you, where you are right now, I'm sure there is a destination attached to it. That's why when you're leaving home, a Google map will ask you from where to where. So even our places of residence are called nouns. I'm sure you know these things, we're just refreshing. So I encourage you so much to get to know names of places, names of people, so that people take offense when you say you man. It might be a general noun, yes, but most times people feel good when you call them by their name. So let us learn these things, let us learn places. Those are the things that will help us to know our nouns. Even names of animals. Most of us see animals, we can describe them. It has horns, but you do not know the exact name. So for you to be able to write good essays in English, because now why we are learning this today is for us to be able to be better learners, or rather better students, and also better people. We are improving on our grammar. So I task you today to at least get to know, in addition to the animals you know, at least learn more 10 names of new animals, or the animals you know, but you do not know the name. You just know by picture, but you ought to know its name. So today we want to look at how can we form plurals of nouns, because most times we just see these things. We see cows, we see boys, but we do not know how do we get there? So in English, we have what we call rules. I don't know if in other subjects you remember those rules.
Don't sing though.
Yes, students? Please, let's mute our microphones and avoid being off topic here. Let's try to pay attention. Yes, so for those who have been able to see once in a while things having plurals, but we do not know how we get there. Today we want to look at why do we have boys? How do we get to the word boys from boy? So we want to look at the rules that govern the formation of plural nouns. So let us look at a few of them. If anyone knows some of those rules, you can always share. So we have agreed as a class that a noun is a word or a group of words used to identify a person, place, or things. And our interest today is formation of plural nouns. We said some nouns are formed following a particular pattern. There is a rule, in short, and others form their plural minus any rule. Some don't actually change. So we want to see which are those, and then how can we be able to get around with them. So I want us to look at the first rule. We said we can form our nouns or plural nouns through adding the suffix, a plural suffix, that is the S, to the noun. For example, you have tin, it becomes tins. You have cat, it becomes cats. So those are usually very regular verbs. Straight away, they just add an S to them to form their plural. Which other words do you know fall under that category where you just add a suffix, a plural suffix? Yes, class?
There is book.
Yes, anyone? Which other nouns form their plural by adding a plural suffix S to them?
Keys.
I might not be seeing all the hands. Yes,
Keys.
I'm seeing Gabriel.
Keys.
Gabriel? Peas?
Keys.
Oh, key, then you have keys. So you'll mention the noun initial in its singular, then you also give us the plural. Is that okay, Gabriel? Kabali, rather, Kabali?
Seeing the screen. Yes, master. I'm not seeing the screen.
But I'm sharing the screen. Are you not seeing? Is it with everyone? Gabriel, are you seeing the screen?
It's not clear. The letters are small.
Oh, the letters are small.
Me, I'm not seeing it.
Sorry about that.
Not
Oh, you're using a phone so much. You can zoom, if you're using a touch screen, just zoom it. If you're using your touch screen, just zoom it a little bit. Does that help?
It's not coming out.
Do you know how to zoom your screen? Expand it. Have you learned that? Can you expand your screen just?
Just enlarge. It's enlarged.
Yes.
So now we can see it.
Okay, it's okay. These things we're all learning. I was still asking you to give me at least 3 or 4 more words which form the nouns which form their plural by adding S to them. Someone has already given us key. We form keys. Kabali, Emmanuel. Someone please stop writing on the screen.
Teacher, dogs.
You have, yes? Dog, you
Dog.
have dogs, yes. Morris,
Girl.
Morris Ingrid.
Teacher, girls.
You have girl, then girls. If you're not yet speaking, you can mute your microphone, then you put up your hand. Yes, Namirembe. Dogs has already been mentioned. Okay, thank you so much. So we say that is the first rule, that there are those regular that, thank you so much. So I'm going to task you as we are going through this, you form at least more 5 in addition to what I have. You also have your list of plural, rather nouns which form their plural by adding s. Just have your pen and paper, you write them out. The second rule we have is adding the plural suffix es to the nouns ending with the sounds, not letters just necessarily, but sounds. S, Z, sh, ch, and j. So those are the sounds, not letters. We are saying adding plural suffixes or plural suffix es to the nouns ending in sounds. Sh, z, or z. Then you have sh, and then chi and j. So those are the words. For example, box. So if you look at box, it has an s sound to it. It definitely adds es. If you have class, class has the s bit of it. That letter, the sound that is from there is sh. So you have the s sound that is, so you have class, it becomes classes. You have sash, which is now the sh sound. You have sashes. Then you have fox. Now that is the one for. Are we there?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So you have those ones by adding the plural suffix es, but basing on only those sounds. So I want at least to hear from you 2 or 3 more examples that form their plurals by adding es to the singular noun that
Church.
ends in the sounds s, g, ch, those sounds.
Church.
You have church,
Bench.
benches,
Clothes.
clothes, clothings.
House.
Bush.
That one?
Bush.
Houses.
Yes. Okay, we can. Okay. You
Flash.
see? So, okay.
Branch.
So you find that these things don't just happen. The reason we have es added there is because the grammar rule is any word that ends in the sound she, ji, chi, je, all those are dictated upon by an English rule. So someone may ask you, why are you adding this one s and this one you're adding es? The grammar rule is here dictating today. Just like we have church rules or school rules, they tell you come in a school uniform. Even in English, we have what we call grammar rules. And if anyone defaults, they are crossed. For example, we believe in every English statement that it should be either a statement, a question, all those end with particular punctuation. So even here, let us try to master these rules. They will help us not to falter with our spellings. So that is the second rule. The third rule here is adding s to the words. Now here we're talking about words to the words ending with y. Ig, for example, he's here, boy, you have boys. You have tray, it becomes trays. It's ending with the letter Y. All together.
Yes, please.
And we add this Y, we add S because Y comes before a vowel letter. So if you look at boy, O is a vowel. Do you remember your vowels? Anyone who can at
Yes.
least remind me the list of vowel letters we have? All of them.
A, E, I, O, A.
You remember how they used to make you sing that song so much? A, E, O. It's like the base of grammar. So we have those. So we have those vowels. So if we add S there, only if Y comes before a vowel. However, if Y comes before a consonant, then it will be different. But so this is another rule. Which are those other words or those nouns that end with Y when Y is coming before a vowel letter?
Key.
Pardon? Key, you have keys, yes, what else?
Donkey.
Yes, students. Oh, Peter, your microphone is on. I hope you want to say something. Beg your pardon? Monkey?
There.
Monkeys. Kelly, Kiza, say something. Karole, Shadrach.
Donkey.
Please mute your microphone if you're not within the time to speak. Yes, Kwagala Lillian.
Toys.
Toys becomes yes. Now, Ingrid,
Clay.
Monkey.
Cleopatra.
Monkey.
Oh, they've already mentioned monkey. We like monkey so much.
Funya solution.
Maurice, Ingrid, you had said something.
Boy.
But already boy is here. It's my example. Okay, thank you so much for those examples. Let us go to the next rule. I hope you're noting these rules down.
Play.
The next rule we have is dropping Y. The other rule is dropping Y and adding IES to words ending with Y. Igi, party becomes parties. Sky becomes skies. Candy becomes candies. Lady becomes ladies. So the other rule is dropping Y and adding, in the place of Y, we add IES. Now together, you add IES in the place of Y. My examples are here. Party becomes parties. Now you don't see Y again in parties. You don't see Y in skies because we have dropped the Y. By saying dropping it, we are saying we are removing Y and adding IES in the place of Y to form the plural, because our interest here is the plural formation. Are we together? Let's not
Yes.
forget our topic. We are dealing with the formation of plural nouns. You can at least give us, in your chat, let us keep adding those words based on the rule we are on. We can keep sending word or two in case I don't pick you. You can leave your comments in the chat about those words. So at least I want us to have a list of, again, maybe 5 to 6 words that drop Y and add IES to form their plural.
Butterfly.
Evan?
Sty.
Sty? Housefly? Yes?
Country.
Butterfly.
Let us speak only when we are picked. Joshua, can we mute? Cleopatra, let's mute.
Copy.
Rod, let's copy. You have copies. Only speak when I have picked you so that we are orderly. Let us be organized. Yes, Kelly, Kamuli, Penina, I have not heard your voice.
Baby.
Oh, babies, okay. Labida, Sumaya, say something. This is your class. Don't leave without saying a word. Yes.
Lorry.
I beg your pardon?
Story.
Necessary. Necessary.
I'm seeing here others are yes, we're having flies.
Story.
We have flies, yes.
Body.
Easy.
Bodies,
Easy.
yes.
Lorry.
Stories.
Story, you have stories. Namirembe.
Easy.
Ladies is my example. Get me another one. Karuli Shadrach say something. Joshua, mute your microphone. Technospark, mute your microphone until I have picked you. Yes, Jason. Jason, can you say something? Okay, I'm saying Galaxy Prime. Oh, can you say something?
Photography.
Photography. Oh, okay, we shall take those ones. Now, the reason he is here, we drop Y because it is followed by a consonant. Remember, the other side, we were adding S because here, we said we are adding S because Y is followed by a vowel letter. Now, the rule under consonants is when Y is followed by a consonant, we say we drop Y and replace it with the IES. You know, grammar rules have a lot about vowels. Vowels help us to make sound. So, and there are also consonants that have vowel sounds. But for us here now, we are interested in the fact that it's a vowel letter following the Y. So we drop that Y. I mean, it's a consonant. So we drop the Y and add IES. That is a grammar rule. Have we understood that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can keep the chat going in terms of some of the plural words you have, and then we can, oh, I've seen someone has added lorries. Yes, you can keep the chat going. Trust me, I'm seeing them. If you're not yet picked on, please mute your microphone so that we don't have feedback. We're all at home, so there is a lot of feedback since the activities. The other grammar rule we have is adding S to nouns ending with F. For example, calf. Well, it's supposed to be cliff, sorry. That is supposed to be cliff. It becomes cliffs. Belief, that's an error. Supposed to be cliff becomes cliffs. Belief becomes beliefs. Chief becomes chiefs, not chiefs. It becomes chiefs. Reef becomes reefs. That is common in geography. Cliffs are also common in geography. Belief, that is our faith. So that is another rule, that we add S to nouns ending with F. This one is single F, definitely. So I want us to share which other nouns have you seen adding S when they're ending with F. Let us go to that next session in our chat and in our oral interaction. Melissa, could you give me an example? Yes, Melissa. As Melissa is thinking, yes, Melissa, have you got the answer? Okay, Cleopatra, you can assist Melissa. Pardon? Roofs. Kabira Emmanuel. Pardon?
Chefs.
Oh,
Chefs.
chef, you have chefs, Oh, we're thinking about food today. I've even mentioned an Evan,
Stuffs.
staffs.
A loaf.
Pardon?
A loaf. Loaves.
But loaves changes, doesn't it? It does not become loaves, it becomes loaves of bread. Evan again? Again, or what? Precious Akaye?
King. Kings.
King, but we're saying it ends in F. Does king end in F, with F? Teacher Odoch. I still want to hear many examples from Agaba, Genoroth. Yes.
Shelf.
Cuffs.
Let me check here. Cuffs, yes. Someone handcuffs. Yes, the chat is meaningful as well. Hoof, but doesn't hoof become now hooves? Hoof is, I think, not correct.
Wolf.
Wolves,
Wolf.
that one, yeah,
Loof.
still it changes. Wolf. The class, do you agree with that? Class, let us discuss the example of wolf. Doesn't wolf change?
It changes.
It changes, I think. Yes, it becomes wolves, I think.
It changes.
True, that is true. Which are the example? Let us share. Sometimes when you hear people's examples, you can
Shelf.
yes. Shelf becomes shelves. Khalid, you can check that you at home. If you have a dictionary, you can even correct yourself. Shelves. Khalid,
Bed.
you can mute your microphone. Matt, yes, Marvin?
Bed.
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 The rule is here. I said the rule, we add S to nouns ending with F. So I want the list of nouns that end in F.
Chiefs.
Loof.
Okay, I guess there are not as many, but you can research after. You can pick your phone and you look through them. Some of the examples that I've given there. The reason is here. This happens when there are two Fs, or if, are we there? If you still pronounce the F in the plural. For example, if you notice that if you read if you read cliff, even in the plural, you say cliffs. Now, those who have been saying wolf, do you hear F in the word wolves?
Teacher, I have beliefs.
Yes, if you look at, yes, belief is here, I'd already given it. Belief. Now, when you read the word belief, even the plural, when you pronounce it, belief, you're able to hear the F in the plural. So you can easily disqualify your answer by pronouncing the plural of it. If you pronounce a word like loaf, then you say loaves. Definitely you realize that F is lost. But if you pronounce chief, you can be able to hear chiefs, F in the chiefs. So we say that if the plural of the noun retains an F in its pronunciation, then that is then it simply adds S to its formation. Let me make this clear, that for all nouns ending in F, we shall simply add S. The reason to support your answer is, if this happens, or this happens when there are two Fs, or if you still hear or pronounce the F in the plural. So whenever you hear wolves, there is no F. Calves, there is no F. Wives, there is no F. So we shall exclude those ones and say the F must be pronounced even in the plural. That can help you to relate and make as many plurals for the nouns ending in F. Someone has said golf, golfs. Golf, I think also should work. Cross-check golf. Now, hooves is not. Hooves is wrong. Puff, puffs, that would be okay. But is puff a noun? Isn't puff a verb?
It's a verb, teacher.
Someone who shared with us puff. Isn't puff an action of inhaling in maybe smoke? So I think puff is a verb. It's an action word. Here we are looking at nouns. To remind us, we said a noun is a naming word. It names people, it names places, and perhaps other things that we might not know. Let's say things like property, cups, all those are nouns. Radios, those can fall under things. But we said it names persons, it names places. Those are the things we're interested in. So the verb you have does not work. Okay, let's get back to the next rule. Let's get back to the next rule. The next rule is changing F to V, then adding ES. For example, wife. Wife becomes wives. I will take that example of hooves as well. Hoof becomes hooves. Leaf becomes leaves. Can I hear from you now also on others? Which are those words that drop F, attain V, and then add ES to form their plural? Which are those nouns? The chat is open, hands up. I will be able to pick you. Agava, I have not heard your voice. This class will end without me hearing from you. Gillian, Husna,
Knives.
Nansubuga. I beg your pardon?
Knives.
Oh, you have knife? Oh yes, knife still ends with the sound of F. It's okay, knife. You don't hear the E. Yes, what else?
Thief. Thief.
Thief? Oh, you have very many at school.
Knife.
Knife has already been mentioned.
Believe.
Birunji.
Leaf.
Leaves. Yes, thank you so much. Aruho.
There is life.
There is life. Then we have lives. Thank you. Evans, your hand is up.
Thief.
Thief. Thief has already been mentioned. Techno
Thief.
pop to power. Techno pop to power. You should change your name. Beg your pardon? Techno pop 2, what is your name?
Jovan.
Jovan. Yes, Jovan, you can easily name your device. I am okay with that. You tell me, what's your answer?
Thief. Thief.
Oh, thief has been mentioned. Lydia, Abdule. Lydia. Life. Namirembe.
Self.
Okay, those who are speaking in the background with microphones unmuted, please, I don't want to mute everyone. Let us be disciplined. We mute. When we are to speak, we unmute. User, what is your name? User, what is your name? Namirembe, you have another answer?
Selves.
Selves, I took that one. Eric Anderson?
What about calf?
Oh, calf, you have calves. That is true.
Teacher, elf.
Matthew Onyul.
Shelves.
Shelves, yes, finally
Why is
shelves
it now
qualifies
not
here. Winfred Watuze. Precious Akaye.
Couch.
Calves, yes. Melissa.
Elf. We have leaf.
Elves. Yes. Aruho, I picked you and you decided to mute. Aruho, it's okay to speak. Kwagala Lydian, your hand was up.
Self.
Okay, let me check our chat here. We have shelves. We have herself.
I have a question.
Now this becomes, please ask.
Teacher, the word park goes in both a verb and a noun. Because there's
Yes,
park
we shall
for
now
Indian
take.
and there's park for hair.
No, we shall now choose to use it as a noun here because there is an explanation for it. Are we together?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. As long as it has two meanings, usually some words have both noun and verb. Others could even qualify for maybe an adjective and an adverb. So we try so much to make sure that the meaning as per the context, like for example, when you're giving an example, you make sure that that example is talking about a noun, not a verb. That's why we said we cannot take puff. Puff there is an action of inhaling smoke. Yes, I've seen others here. Let me
Excuse me,
see.
teacher.
Leaf, leaves, tomato. Someone saying tomato? Knife, knives,
Excuse me,
thieves.
teacher.
You're excused, sir.
Teacher, I'm requesting to clarify on someone who has sent herself that it is themselves. Is that true?
Now that is not a noun, that is a pronoun. Those are now pronouns. Her is usually a pronoun for the female species. Are we together?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, so we shall try to stick so much to the nouns for now. However, later on,
Yes.
when you look at pronouns, they also have their own pronouns, also have their own plural formation. And when we get there, we shall also look at them as that. Thank you so much. All right, I have seen your chats. Thank you so much. This class is really interesting. Let us continue.
My
The
screen is
reason,
Okay.
showing, and I'm here.
let us mute ourselves. Can we mute ourselves again? Let us mute ourselves. Good children, let us mute ourselves. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Galaxy Prime, you okay, thank you. Good boy, thank you. Now let us get to the reason. Why do we drop F? We said here that we add the ES if the words are not, oh sorry, we're now going to the next rule. That is adding S. We add S in some words ending with O. Example, radio becomes radios. Piano becomes pianos. Solo becomes solos. That other word is an English word. It's a type of food, taco, that it becomes tacos. It is an example of a food. It's not within us, but it's a common quick food. The people.
Do you add ES on tacos or do you add S on taco?
The rule is here, you add S. It falls because look at we're saying we add S in some words
Teacher, the
ending
meaning
with.
of the word taco.
It's a type of food, but there are so many words, you've only asked for one. Let us ignore it. It's a type of food. Like the way you'd say samosas, it is a type of food. So let us leave that. Avocado. The reason is here that we add S if the words are not originally English. Now, English borrows a lot from Greek, from Latin, from Spanish, from French. Are we together? For example, voyage is a French word. The word radios is not originally an English word. Piano. Are we together? Avocado. Some of these words are not originally English. So we simply add S to them. Are we together? I don't know if you've used your dictionary with you. If you type the word, for example, avocado.
What a teacher.
Yes? If you type some of those words into your dictionary, they can be able to tell you the origin of the word. Maybe it's a Spanish word, or even when you're reading your dictionary, if you look at your dictionary, hard copy, anyone with a hard copy, you can open the word and you read its etymology, or you read about its origin. They will tell you maybe it was maybe a French word, you know, and then somehow they will tell you its origin. So some of these words that are not originally English, we are able to simply add S to them to form their plural. So the small task I'm going to help ask you by the end of this lesson, I want all of us to develop, rather to look up for those words in our dictionary, because I want you to verify them. You look them up in the dictionary and you tell us, is it a Greek word, is it a Latin word, or a Spanish word? For example, I want you to be able to tell me radios, pianos, solos, what are they originally? Are we together? Then you can keep forwarding them into our chat, and then later on we shall go and continue in our WhatsApp group. So those are some of the good examples I can have here: radios, pianos, solos, tacos, avocado. You simply add S.
Yes, teacher.
I have said, are you listening?
Yes, teacher.
I am saying for words which are not originally English words, because we said English borrows a lot from Spanish, for example, you've heard people say bon appetit, even when they are speaking English. I beg your pardon? Okay, so what I'm saying is English borrows a lot from other languages, the Greek, the Latin. So some of these words, the English failed to change them to English directly. So they adopted or adapted. They took on the words the way they are. We say those nouns that were directly taken from the Greek, from the Latin, their plural form is formed by adding S to the word. For example, radios, you simply add S. But the rule is, if that word ends with O, radio ends with O, piano ends with O, solo ends with O, avocado ends with O. So those words which were not originally English, Najuma Esther, please stop writing on my screen. Undo what you have done, it's okay. So those words you simply add S. My task is, as a class, I want us to be able to come up with very many of those words. Najuma, you are making it worse. Be able to form or look up those words in the dictionary, and you give me a list of those words so that we can be able to share. Other people are already sharing them in the chat. They are welcome.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, you're excused.
Are there any words in English that end with O?
Definitely they are there. But for us, we are looking at this particular rule when you look at the words which are borrowed from the Greek, the Latin, because when you look at your dictionary, are we together? You can be able to know which word ends with that. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay, so we're only saying the rule applies if that word is not originally English. But when you look at your dictionary, it can be able to tell you if the word is English or it is borrowed from the Latin. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, let us learn to use our dictionaries. They will help. Now, let us look at the next rule, that some nouns remained the way they are. In singular, it is sheep. That is SHEEP. Even in plural, it remains sheep. Which other words fall in that category?
Money.
Money.
Luggage.
Luggage.
Water.
Yes.
Sheep.
Meat.
Fish.
Sheep.
Meat, fish, yes.
Water.
Luggage.
Luggage, water. I want the chat. Let us keep bring them. Then someone has luggage, yes. Package, but package has packages.
Cabbage.
Oh, cabbage, but cabbage has cabbages.
Equipment.
Water.
Equipment, yes,
Sheep.
thank you.
Sheep.
Sheep was my example. You have stolen.
Oh,
Rice.
Sheep.
One at a time. Doris.
Rice.
Doris, your hand is up. One at a time, put up your hand, then I choose you so that I don't mute everyone.
Language.
Language. Language, you have languages, my dear.
Language.
Kalure. Kakure.
Salt.
I beg your pardon?
Rice.
One at a time. Let us mute when they have not picked you yet. Then, yes, thank you. These ones are
Sheep.
disciplined. Okay, blessings.
Sheep.
Sheep. Which one? Spell it for us. Which sheep are you talking about?
The food.
Food. Oh, yes. Food.
Salt.
Odosh, yes, Odosh. Yeah. Okay, blessing, you had a hand up.
Sugar.
Oh, sugar, yes. Odoch, you can now talk.
Salt.
Salt.
Soil.
In short, something we can learn here is all the uncountable nouns can fall here. Are we together? The uncountable nouns can fall there. They can be able to help us. Now, people.
Wind.
What about sun?
Judge. Judge.
Luggage.
Judge has judges.
What about sun?
Sun. Now, in this world, we only have one sun. I don't know.
Teacher.
Okay.
Excuse me, teacher. What about butter?
Butter? Oh, yes, butter is okay. Thank you very much. Let us conclude very fast. We don't have much time. Let us look at other irregular nouns. Other nouns that form their plural irregularly. We say these change their form completely. For example, ox. What does ox become? What is the plural of ox?
Oxen.
We have ox becoming oxen. Then goose. Yes, so we are saying those ones are completely changing their form. We can call them irregulars. And then child.
Children.
Yes. Thank you. I want a list of those.
Children.
Thank you. Those are mine. Now I want you to produce for me at least your list. Can I hear at least 3 or 4 from you?
Teacher.
Yes, dear.
Irregular nouns.
What about mango?
Beg your pardon?
What about mangoes?
Mangoes become. What is the singular?
Irregular nouns.
And what I'm interested in,
Irregular nouns.
Mice.
You have mice.
Irregular
People are talking behind your background. You cannot hear anything.
Let them mute themselves. Why don't we be disciplined? Eric, mute. Kelly, mute. Chigundu. You cannot have your mic on and your hand is up. I think that is indiscipline. Eric, Anderson, Nachigude, Margaret, Douglas, please let us mute. I don't want to mute everyone in these last minutes when our lesson is interesting.
Erasmus, teacher.
Yes, Precious. Someone has said mouse becomes mice. That is good. Now, can I hear Precious? Jason?
Child becomes children.
Oh, thank you. Jason?
Teacher, lies, lies.
Lies becomes what?
Man to man.
Lies, lies.
Chamangos.
Man to man.
Chamangos.
The plural is not lies, but louse. The plural of lies is
They're
louse.
shouting for some of us.
Someone was saying lies. The plural for lies is louse. We have mango becomes mangoes. Doesn't mango now attain the other rule we talked about? Mango ends with what?
Yes.
Yes, so that one attains the rule of ES. Okay, now we almost got... Thank you. Thank you, that is correct. Let us look at something else. This is a simple exercise, but in addition to what I have already given you, I told you that for all the words we have been forming, I want you to form 5 of your own. You give me the singular and the plural under all the different rules we have looked at. How many rules have we looked at?
2.
I beg your pardon?
Yes. Nine.
So under all those rules, about 8 of those rules, I would like you to try to attempt this exercise, but also produce for me different copies and different examples in those areas, especially the words which are not originally English. This rule here of adding S, I want those ones very much. Then you can forward to our WhatsApp group. I'll be there waiting for you. We shall continue chatting.
Excuse me, teacher.
You're excused.
We don't have the WhatsApp. We don't have
not on WhatsApp. Okay, we are going to send the link here. Let me tell Mr. Kakuru or Mr. Otto, if they are listening in, send a link that these young people can use to join the senior one WhatsApp group. I'm sure Mr. Kakuru is about to send for us the link and then we can share. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much. You have been a very good class and I hope to see you next time. Yes, go to your chat. Mr. Otto has shared the link. Are we in your chat? Have you entered your chat?
Are you sending the activity to the link?
I beg your pardon?
Are you sending the activity to the WhatsApp link?
We can still chat in the WhatsApp group. We're making more arrangements. You can let's use the WhatsApp group.
We use that link to go to the WhatsApp.
If you click on this link, it will tell you to join the WhatsApp group. So you say join.
Okay, teacher.
All right. God bless you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Bless you too. Bless